cheers it. I'm going to dump it on your head.
Welcome to the Tipsy Two.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Tipsy Two.
I'll
We start over.
Start over.
Welcome to the Tipsy Two.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Tipsy Two with Rebecca and Jen. Hi Rebecca.
That sounded so official.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Jen.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Tipsy Two.
Oh my goodness.
You wanted me to start. You start.
Again, I don't know why I always feel the need to power drink. There's not even a straw. I'm just going to start chugging.
Tonight we are doing a Tito's with a simply lemonade with raspberry in it.
Yeah, just kind of
And
like
it's very refreshing and good for summer.
Yeah, of course.
I like mine. How's
You do,
yours?
mine's delicious. What you did for Father's Day. That was on Sunday.
What did I do for Father's Day? I went over to my dad's.
Check.
Actually, we celebrated Father's Day on Saturday. That's what we did.
Oh, okay. So
Because I was over at my dad's all day, and I made him lunch, and then we went out. We had a couple drinks, and
I love that you still go out drinking with your dad. Because how old is your dad?
he is 76.
Okay, yeah. My mom's
but
74. Or is she
No,
74 or
wait.
73?
Yeah, he's 76, but he looks like he's like 65.
Okay.
I mean,
I thought you were going to say 100.
my uncle was in from New Mexico, so we visited with him and just hung out, and nothing. It was very low key.
That's fun.
What'd you do?
What did we do? Oh, my husband's mother reached out and said, "Hey, I really want to go to the movies and see Mission Impossible. I don't know if it's called like The Last Reckoning or I don't know, something like that." And
Mission Impossible, is that with Tom Cruise?
It is with Tom Cruise. And by the way, I've never seen one. And I just found out recently that there are 8. That makes 8 Mission Impossibles.
As you were saying that, I was looking at the camera going,
I've never seen one of them. Now, I probably caught clips of them here or there. If I catch it on TV, I might have watched 5 minutes. But and I asked her, I said, "Listen, I've never seen not one of these. So is this something like I have to, it's a big long story, and if you haven't watched the other ones, then you're kind of lost?" And she's like, "No, I think you'll pick up on it." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay." And I asked my husband, I was like, "Your mom wants to go see Mission Impossible." And he was like, "Really? I've never even seen one," which is weird because you'd think he'd see all of them. And he's on airplanes a lot. So that feels like a good one just to settle into. He's like, "I mean, I've seen a little, like me, clips here and there." So I was just like, all right, well, this is what she wants, so let's do it. So we go down to the big theater down in Columbus, right? Chuck had the time wrong. It wasn't at 3:15. So we were going to do movie then dinner in Columbus. And we get there and there's no 3:15. There's a 4:30. So we click on that because, you know, everything at the movies now is like these kiosks where you can just like buy your tickets, pick your seats, all the things. So there's a 4:30, but all of the seats are taken. There was 4 of us, and except for the very front row. And we were like, "No, we don't want to do that." So we looked at all the other movie options. Nothing else seemed appealing. I mean, there was other things to watch, but she really wanted to see this one. So I was like, okay. So then we looked at the 7:30. There was no seats. And it was so busy too. Like, and I was like, it's Father's Day. It's a Sunday. People are off work. It just was busy.
Yeah.
And so ultimately we decided to watch the 4:30 with the 4 that were in the front. So I was like, this is going to be a nightmare. And it's already so loud for me. I don't know why. They just make it so loud.
Yeah.
And I know it's full action. I understand at least that much. So I was just like, this is going to be such a nightmare. So anyway, we get there, we get our 4 little seats. Luckily, these recline, I mean, feet up, recline as far back as you can. And it's like gigantic. And it was so funny when it was almost like a tennis ping pong match because somebody over here was talking. So I had to look over here. And then Tom Cruise would answer. So I had to look over here. And
so you're like back and forth on the screen.
And then I'm just like laying flat almost. It was like, I've never
been to one of those theaters. I want to go. We need to go to
it had like the, well, of course they have a full bar.
What?
Yeah. So then on top of that, they have like a tray for your food, your food, your drink. It's really like nice.
Okay, we're going. We need to pick out a movie and we need to go.
Well, there's a good thing. wow. So of course you get there at 4:30 and then you spend a good 30 minutes just watching previews to other things. And that's what I was going to tell you, that this summer really looks like a really good summer of like blockbuster type big budgeted movie type things are
Yeah.
coming out. And I don't feel like you really watch a lot of movies, do you?
I do. I love watching movies. I do love to watch.
Was the
movies.
last movie you watched the Barbie movie with me?
Yeah, it was.
Oh my
I
god.
literally just do not have time to go, but I want to go down to Columbus and do that movie theater because I've never been to one of those before. So we'll have to pick out a movie and go do it. But
Yeah.
speaking of the Barbie movie, how long ago was that? Like a year ago that we went and saw that? I was
With our special guest Lucy.
I was watching, scrolling through the TV the other night, and it was on TV now. I'm like, oh, the Barbie movie's already out. It seems like we just went and saw that.
I feel like movies are like in the theater for like a weekend and then it's straight on to other streaming services.
Yeah.
Like pretty quickly.
So was there anything good coming out?
Yeah. So what I noticed was there's this scary movie coming out called, I think it's called 28 Years Later. Does that sound right, Merrick? And that is coming out on June 20th.
I'm going to stop you right there because I don't even know why you would even bring up a scary movie because we all know how, well, maybe we don't all know how she is with scary movies.
Follow.
But
I'm not watching it.
She can't watch a scary movie to save her life. Like,
no. Do you know what this one's about?
What?
It has, I think it's 28 years after a virus outbreak.
Wasn't there already one like that though? 28 days.
This one's 28 years, I believe. And from what I can gather from watching it barely through my fingers, because even the previews freak me out, it looks like they're on this like island and there's a big long causeway type of a bridge situation that leads to the mainland. And this thing is heavily guarded by the people that are safe on this little island. But for whatever reason, I don't know if they're running out of supplies or if they just do this occasionally. There's a couple people that decide that they're going to go onto the mainland to get stuff or something. And then, of course, it's like zombie after zombie and running scary and looking crazy.
I feel like it's another, what was that one called?
World War Z.
World War Z, yeah.
Yeah, I actually like that movie. I've watched.
It wasn't bad. It was good.
I think I've watched it enough times now that I don't have to have the covers over my head the whole time. Like, I've seen it enough where I can watch it. So it's, yeah. So that one's coming out. Another really good one that looked like my husband would really love is called F1. And that is with Brad Pitt. And I think it's like Formula One racing. So it just looks like that's something, that's something up his alley. But I don't understand why Brad Pitt just refuses to age. And if he does, it's only for the better somehow.
I haven't seen him lately. I don't know what the last movie
when
he
you
was
see
in.
him in this racing like suit, you're going to be like, yum.
I'm going to be yum.
Yes, girl.
Well, I feel like there was a racing movie that was just released like a year or two ago, Formula One or something like that too. So.
Well, did you watch Ford versus Ferrari?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
With Matt Damon and I think Christian Bale might be in that. It was
Yeah.
so good.
It was really good.
Now on July 2nd, everybody get ready. I'm so excited. Jurassic Park, but it's not Jurassic Park. Okay, it's Jurassic World Rebirth. And it has Scarlett Johansson in it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm super excited. Apparently, they always have to go back to the stupid island where it doesn't make any sense. But I think that this time they're going back because they found out that there's DNA trapped in some of the dinosaurs that can cure a disease for mankind so they have to retrieve DNA.
Well, we know how obsessed you are with Jurassic Park, so that has to be
I'm so excited. July 2nd, that's coming out. Then they showed that preview too, and I was just like, so excited. And then they showed another Superman coming out. I think it's July 8th.
Oh, okay.
Which I haven't even seen the last few that they've
either.
changed Supermans and all the things.
Yeah.
So, but this one I thought, oh, this looks really good. It just looked different.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know if I'll necessarily go watch it, but I did think it looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one's coming out. I don't know. And then I think I did see that another Final Destination. Is that already out though?
That already came out.
Okay. Which I don't like those because you already know why. It's going to be scary. The one time I watched it, I think it was two girls were trapped in a tanning bed, which is a nightmare.
I think about that when I go tanning all the time.
Yeah.
I was
Chained
tanning,
in there.
like, the other day, and I was laying in there, and usually I go in the beds that are like have like the very high dome because I'm
On
very
the off chance that
claustrophobic.
you get trapped.
I'm very claustrophobic. So like when I go tanning, I'm like, can I have the high one, And they didn't have any, so I had to have one that was like very low and close to my
Almost
face.
touching your nose.
And whenever I lay in it, I leave my hand outside of the bed, just
What's that going to do?
I don't know. I just feel like it's, in case it was to collapse on me, I could at least like try to, I don't know, but I think about that scene in that movie every time I go to the tanning bed.
Speaking of that, my girlfriend, she was this has been years ago, but she was in a tanning bed, just the old school kind that come down like you're talking about.
No, I don't want to know.
Well, the bulbs cracked on her.
Oh my God, yes, I've heard that.
Yeah.
The bed cracked probably, and then the bulbs.
Well, it was a part of the dome up top. That cracked. And you know how they have like a sheath over it?
Yeah.
That caught it, but the bulb exploded and it probably freaked her out. I mean, she wasn't laying in glass because there's like a protector thingy that on there, but it was just like, wow. The other one the only other movie that they showed in the previews, which by the way, all of these last forever. I was like, what time is it?
I know.
What
They're
movie
like
are we here
long.
to see? I forgot already. But they're coming out with Smurfs, so that might be a good one for your grandson.
Oh yeah.
And guess who Smurfette is?
Who?
Rihanna.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
That'll
And guess who
like that one?
Papa Smurf is?
I don't know.
John Goodman.
Aw.
Yeah.
John Goodman.
And I think Papa Smurf gets kidnapped, so there's like a whole rescue mission. I don't know.
They've been gone forever.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring them back.
I asked my husband, I was like, did you watch Smurfs when you were a kid? He's like, I don't think so. Not really. I caught it. Like, what was your go-to cartoon as a kid?
Smurfs.
Oh, really?
I was what? Smurfs, the Care Bears.
You were so much younger than me.
Strawberry Short. No. Care Bears, Smurfs. I can't remember. There was one that I always watched. Scooby Doo.
I watched the Flintstones, the Jetsons.
I watched those too. I
Yeah.
don't know. I watched a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Over and over. But while we're on the topic of movies, I actually, the other night, I was on Netflix and I was kind of scrolling Netflix. And I don't get to do this very often because, like I said, I never have time to watch anything.
Yeah.
And I just happened to see Jason Bateman in one, and I love Jason Bateman. I love Jason Bateman. And he was in this one called, oh my God, what's it called? Carry On? Yeah.
Yeah, with the airplane?
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, like the airport.
Yeah,
yeah,
airport.
I've seen it.
With the bag?
Yes.
Did you not think that was so good?
I did think it was good.
I thought it was so good. I was like, oh my God, this is such a good movie.
Yeah.
So,
but he's not very nice in that one.
He's not. I'm used to him being funny and like, but he was amazing in Ozark, so I love it. Have you seen
Chuck?
Ozark?
I haven't, but Chuck has.
Have you seen Ozark? Did you love it? It's so good. I almost cried when it was over because I was like, no, I want to watch more. It was so good. I loved it.
Well, another one that's coming out on Netflix that I really, really want to see is one called Straw. Have you seen that?
Oh, I heard about
It's got
that.
Taraji P. Henson, I think, in it. But I heard it's got a plot twist and it's really, really good. Tug at your heartstrings type of thing.
Yeah.
I think that she goes through a lot. I think circumstances put her in a lot of really weird situations and it's heart-wrenching and I don't know. So I'm going to watch that one.
Well, I did something today that I never do and I'm never able to do, and that was just sit around the house and do absolutely nothing, which was the first time I've ever really done it in the past 6 months. And I was like, okay, because it was rainy and gross out today.
Yeah,
like,
it really was.
Anywhere. So I was talking to my girlfriend and she was like, have you watched a show on Netflix? It's like a series. It's called The Blind Spot. I think that's what it's called. And I'm like, no. And she's like, I was hooked like after this, like the second episode. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I turn on Netflix. Oh my God. So I'm on episode 4. I kind of binged it today. It is so good.
What's it have to do with?
Good. So really quickly. So it starts with like, there's this like, everybody's in Manhattan and there's this like big duffel bag sitting in the middle of Manhattan and everybody's around Times Square and stuff, you know? And, this police officer's walking by and he sees the bag and he's like, that's weird, And so next scene, everybody's cleared out from Times Square.
Oh, because they think it's a bomb or something?
Yeah, they think it's a bomb. So like hazmat guys and everything come in and this guy comes up to it and he's like reaching to like unzip it and it's at night and all these people are like standing by. and all of a sudden the bag just unzips itself.
Oh, there's a person in it.
And there's a person in it, and she like climbs out, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And she stands up, and she's just like visibly shook, and she has tattoos from the top of her head all the way, completely covered all over her body, all the way to the bottom of her feet. And she's standing there, and they're like, get on your knees, get on your knees. So long story short, this lady has no idea who she is, no fingerprints, her DNA she has no DNA that comes back, FBI. But the main thing is on her back, there's a name, and I can't remember what it is.
A name?
Ken
Is that what you said?
A name, somebody's name. It's this guy's name, and underneath it, FBI. And he's like the main guy in the FBI, and he's got his name tattooed on her back.
That's weird.
So
is it a clue of some sort?
So what it ends up being is there's all these different like
spoiler alert.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, like there's all these different like sayings and like
are they
different
clues?
Languages and stuff. And it's basically a map. And like every time they solve one, they're like saving these people or these people are dying. And I don't even know. So
and it's called The Blind Spot?
I think it's called The Blind Spot on Netflix. Yeah. So we'll see. It looks good. So sucked me right in. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.